Hi, Lynn Porter here, otherwise known as the Het Woman, and looking at another question for today out of the 10 most frequently asked questions on ADHD. And this is one of the most popular ones that we come across, and that is, can you actually treat ADHD naturally, and if so, how long does it take to have an effect? Okay, so what do we mean by a natural treatment? Well, these fall into two categories. One is an alternative approach, which is something that you take instead of taking the conventional medication that can be prescribed for ADHD conditions. The other approach is a complementary approach, which is what Het is, although it can be both complementary and alternative, and that is that you can take these remedies and these approaches alongside any conventional medicine without it having any adverse reaction with the medicine. Very often natural approaches to ADHD would include behavioural programs, behavioural modification, parenting programs and such like. Within the Het system we actually have a very comprehensive, integrated alternative and complementary approach. So we do start with looking at putting structures in place for families and schools to agree to provide a foundation for that child to succeed in, and then we look at really individualising a lot of natural approaches for that child, so we know there will be no side effects because everything we use in Het is so safe and so simple. So we go on to look at the child's emotional state, support that with the Bach flower remedies. We then look at diet and nutrition and how lifestyle can be improved, alongside looking at physical activity and how we can channel hyperactive energy into a very productive fitness regime that creates a lot of feel-good factor. We then look at core issues which may actually be driving your child's emotional state. We then look at negative patterns that your child may play out like a life script and run through with dynamics with other family members or teachers at school. We then look at various ways of relaxing, different ways that this is often very difficult for hyperactive children to do, that families can work together to relax that child so that they can wind down and they can get a good night's sleep, which is very important for ADHD kids. We then look at cellular support and structure, and we then look at an alternative way of learning through fun-based family projects which take children out of classrooms, which is traditionally where they don't achieve terribly well, back into working with animals, back on the land, doing eco projects which are fun-based and very interactive with what we're doing on our website. And this approach is tailor-made to each individual child. So our system fits the child, children don't fit our system. More information available on www.hetwebsite.com. We look forward to talking to you again tomorrow.